said. Now let me take some comments here. This one is from whatever his name is. I don't know how to pronounce it. May Nigeria not happen to us? I know and understand how she feels. Only if we have the sane leaders and public office holders, this green, wise green country is supposed to be a paradise on earth. There is no place like home. Come home. He's still telling her
No
to
place
come back
like home.
No place like home, but that it's misleading, honestly, because this one is from the Daniel Rega. He said she has a very valid reason. It's a sad reality. Medical negligence is one of the biggest problems we have in this country. Hospitals and many medical practitioners are simply focused on making money, and only God knows how many still have a practicing license. If you visit a hospital, you cannot help but notice how sluggish some staff are. Countless people have died as a result, and at the end of the day, the government still takes majority of the blame. They barely invest in the public sector, and they barely regulate it. Valid. Sometimes it's not just even about the money. Many times it's about the healthcare workers and the lack of modern equipment that they don't even have. Like, I think that's even really what is crippling that sector, the health sector of this country, because how many MRI scans do we even have? To keep an MRI functioning, it has to be connected to electricity, like 24/7 power. Do you get that kind of thing? Yeah. So, like, how many of these equipment do we have for these medical healthcare workers to, actually practice everything that they've been learning in theory? So it's really just so sad, and the fact that some people are trying to downplay her reality is so sad, because she said that she lost 2 of her children to what was not supposed to be, but it happened because obviously nobody can be held accountable and stuff.
Yeah, this is very sad. I mean, I remember seeing the video on X yesterday, right, where someone was alleging that Kwara State governor bought, I think, about 4 SUVs, and they distributed them out to all this sheikh and alpha and the likes. And we've talked in the past about how a doctor also came on to say, in Kwara State General, you can't find one MRI scanner, but you're having their governor going around buying SUVs and gifting them out to imams and sheikhs. Talk about priorities. But then I was still not entirely for Nigeria, right? Because, I mean, medical negligence cannot happen anywhere. And according to research, about 1,708 people die in the UK every year due to medical errors and the like. So it is not something that the UK or US or the likes are immune to. It happens there. But the only thing is that when such happens, they do their due diligence, right? The investigations is conducted, and if any doctor is found wanting, they are going to face the consequences for that. But that is what we don't have in Nigeria. And the fact that our doctors are overworked, they're underpaid. You have many instances where you just see doctors dropping dead because they don't even have the time to take care of themselves. They're always on call for weeks and days and all that. So, I mean, when it gets to a point, things like this are just unavoidable.
Well, my dear, it is all said and done. The lady that left because of medical negligence and wouldn't come back for all the money in the world, I support her. I saw a tweet on X where a lady said she had a medical emergency and she got to the hospital, and the only doctor that she met was already done with his shift and he was leaving the hospital, and everybody was begging this doctor, please now take her case as an emergency, and the doctor said no. She now brought the whole thing to X, and people were like, but the doctor should have been considerate. And other people in medical field were like, do you know that doctor probably might had a 24-hour shift in different hospitals, different call times, and then he just needs to rest, and this lady came with this emergency. People are now like, is it as against her dying? And not as, is it as against the doctor treating her and dropping dead? Yeah. So did you see who's going to make sacrifice for the other person? Nobody, because at the end of the day, all life matters. So who do we hold accountable? Our government. Yeah. Look at our budget. It's nothing to write home about. Yeah. Look at the equipment in the hospital to help with medical treatment. It is nothing to write home about. The buildings itself depleted. Everything is just upside down. So who is going to make this sacrifice for the other person?
When it even comes to healthcare, we have talked and talked and talked on the show.
It's like they don't care.
There was one we saw in, I think it was Delta State, where the primary health care center, they were supposed to have the contractor or whoever was in charge. They built it, and to a point they stopped building it, and the whole primary health care center was riddled with bush.
Obviously.
Like you could not even access it. So the people in that community now, they either have to have enough money to go to a private hospital, or they have to go to another local government to be able to get
which
basic
is very
health
far
care.
away, by the way.
Do you understand? So I mean, it's just the fault of the government generally. If health is being taken seriously in Nigeria, if doctors are being paid what they deserve, and if the right equipment are being provided, if the budget for health they actually get, the Ministry of Health is actually getting the budget that they always allocate to them, maybe something will change. But let's move on to the next conversation.
Okay, so away from the sad situation of Nigeria, sadly. Now, this one is a story of... Hold on, let me gather my thoughts together.
Okay.
So this
Arike
one,
Snow.
Arike Snow. I'm sure you guys know that lady that was said to have removed her ribs. Now she's looking very tiny. Her waist is like inches. I don't even know how she managed to stand upright. Has a big backside.
How
a
does
big
she
front.
even get dresses to fit her? That's
now
one
her
thing I
time
can
gone.
get.
They do dress for all those
No,
bodycon
that
dresses.
waist is too tiny. Like
She
tops.
doesn't need too much gra. Just tie corset and wear all those rubber clothes and she'll be fine.
Do you
But-
even need to wear corset with that waist?
No, she still has to, because that's her life support at this
Wow.
point. So a lady has come out on social media to drag her that she allegedly snatched her husband using jazz. This lady simply identified herself as Mrs. Kunle, and her husband is Mr. Kunle, and she says she's not a social media person, but she has come out to drag this Arike Snow lady that, she hasn't set eyes on her husband for the past 2 weeks because this Arike lady had seized the man, and the man has stopped taking care of the family, dropping money for food, and they had 2 children in the 6 years of marriage they've been in, and the last child has cancer, and she said the husband has stopped dropping money for treatment in the hospital and all of that. That the husband has never been the cheating type. This is according to the Mrs. Kunle. That is ever since he met this Arike lady that everything turned upside down. That it was this Arike lady that toasted the husband, and the husband said to self, agreed to follow her. Now after the one meet and greet, the man no can't get himself again. That the whole thing is looking like it's jazz. That he even called family meeting. And in the family meeting, the husband said that the wife should apologize to the side chick. He crazy girl, because I don't know, but he's looking like jazz according to them, and the whole thing. And the painful part is that this Arike lady, there's some voice note alleged to be her voice, that she was telling the man that, the reason why you're not hitting right now is because your wife is disrespected me, you have to make her beg mommy and all of that. And she even threatened that she was like, that she wishes that the child that has cancer should die. This is how bad the whole situation is. Now let me take some of the comments. Sweet Chi says, I can never beg my fellow woman to leave a man for me. The two of them should be together. I will live with my children and have my dignity. I can never love a man again after finding out that he's meeting another woman and he's so interested in her. And this other lady, Ozi Beke, says, marriage is definitely a humiliation ritual. And Tommy Gunn says, hold your husband accountable. Naim go find wahala. By the way, this is some role play shit, not spiritual, just my point of view. But then, role play that you abandon your family for 2 weeks, you're not taking care of your child who has cancer. Come on now, there is more to it than this. How sweet is the coochie that he's losing it?
Do you really believe there is more to it? I mean, we've seen men even do worse just because of the attention of a woman. You understand? There are men that, they've chased their wives out of the house just to bring another woman. Would you say the woman did something? She is not facing the point here. Your husband is the problem. This lady in question, she has come out to say that she is a sex worker. This is a profession. So your husband was the one that, did not honor your marriage, is the one that did not honor commitment and decided to leave and step out on you. So, but you are holding another woman accountable. So what should we do? We should call this woman and start beating her for you. Your husband is the one you are supposed to hold here. Nobody's using jazz on anybody. And I saw another video where the lady actually came out to say that because of the services she offers, this man asked for a service. They are doing role play. All this whole voice in the way is calling her mommy and the likes. It is role play. So it is your husband that you should hold.
That stuff
Actually,
is real.
yes, it is.
But then the man made videos kneeling down, begging her to please forgive
Yeah,
me.
it is part of. I don't
so
know.
they do it before
I
the
mean,
sex.
the man. You don't know what the man is getting. You don't know what this lady added into her stew that is making him lose decorum. But then again,
See, most of the time, all of this thing is not ordinary.
it's well. I
Just to
don't
jazz the
believe
men.
that. I don't believe
I
that.
believe
The man
just-
is not
just 5-4
disciplined.
months old.
The man is not disciplined. So that is just the problem. And
I
I'm
agree.
sure even if he leaves this woman, what is the assurance that he's not going to go on to the next woman that is willing to offer him?
Because
the
do you know what
service?
it means that a sex worker actually targeted you, came at you, and you fell for her? You couldn't just remove yourself from the situation.
It's jazz, Eniola.
It is not jazz. It is not jazz. The man is
she has
irresponsible.
him
She should
under-
hold her husband accountable. And a lot of those women,
Yeah,
they
speaking
know
English,
what
hold
the
him
husband have.
accountable.
Okay, there
she said
there's
she has never
I
cheated
don't want to
before,
cast
sha.
anybody. You remember the case I was telling you about the guy. You understand that kind. Okay, so if this lady, after seeing everything, after seeing signs and wonders, you decided to still go ahead
now
to marry
seeing
this
trials
person,
and
when it now
tribulations.
happens, you now say it's another woman that is jazzing. You know the kind of man you married. You should
Yeah.
leash your dog. Your man is the dog in question, but you don't want to face that. You want to start attacking another woman. I'm not trying to advocate for her or anything, but I don't think she's at fault here. I think the husband is the one with the problem, and that is who she should face. Not come on and start dragging another person.
But she don't even
Hold
see
your
the husband
husband.
face. She don't even see the husband
That's
face.
up
He
to
has left
them.
the house.
That's up to them. When some of you want to be married, by all means, and you tolerate anything that they shove down your throat, this is what happens. And then when they start showing you who they are, you come on to cry. What do you expect
But
us
is
to
it
do
really
about it?
impossible for like a man to stay but
It's not
With
impossible.
another,
It's choices.
with one woman.
It's not impossible.
Yeah,
it's
it's not
choices.
impossible
Cheating
now.
is a very deliberate act. I do a mistake is a lie, my dear. You calculated yourself very well. She came at me spur of the moment. You know if you tear some wire and 500. Because once you do it, you go clear for her eye. But no, it's a deliberate choice and the power to control yourself. So I think that's just it about that. I'm not even feeling sorry for her, but I'm just wondering that lady the way she is. So she see they collect some back shot and what if she breaks? The man said no fear. What if you go twist that woman somehow and she do
she's
bash?
giving cartoon vibe. You know
Yeah.
how all those baddies in the cartoon you always look. That's how she's
Disney
like.
mom or Pixar mom.
Yeah.
Pixie Mom.
Mm.
I think Pixie Mom has ribs. She's
How
just
did you
white.
know
Well,
that
they,
animation?
they always, I don't know, Sha, but all the animations growing up, they always have this portrayal of women in an unrealistic way. You
Big
see
up,
how
big down.
the
Tiny waist.
years,
Small
how,
up, big down.
and the waists are always extremely tiny.
Cinched.
So you never can tell maybe this is what she watched growing up and she decided that, you know what, I want me some of that. And she
But the man
decided
that
to
is carrying
remove
her
her
no
rib.
fear say if they do want her, what if you can't break?
That's up to them.
How
They'll
does
be
she
fine.
eat though?
She eats now.
Imagine not having ribs.
All right, let's move on to the next conversation. Shidera, if you want to know, I will give you our social media and you should go and ask her. So this one, I don't know what to call it actually, but a Nigerian lady is coming out to call out a 25-year-old brother for telling her she's too old to still be living in
Oh,
her
I saw
father's
that
house.
story.
Meanwhile, this same guy in question is unemployed and also still lives with their parents. And he hasn't even gotten his own life together. He still regularly begs for money. Let me take comments. This is Vicky. Vicky is saying, make she thank, Daniel rather, saying, make she thank her God, say that her brother na weak man. Person like me, I'll beat the crap out of her and break that her stupid phone. There is nothing you can do. Whoa, this is the voice, and this I don't see anything wrong with him living with his parent at 25. Starting a life is very expensive, especially when it comes to rent, and moreover, life is very difficult for men more than women, of course. So this is from Bex Ada. She says, I blame the parents. They didn't plan for their children, and we are all a reflection of our inaction. We'll talk about audacity actually, because I'm trying to understand. And you see the first comment from this Daniel. This is how you know them, the kind of men that will abuse their sisters and abuse their wives in the future. Because wait till we carry, wait till we true. You don't already they talk say you go beat your sister, you go break her phone just so she shouldn't record. But looking at this, I don't know, whatever, it feels to be like, okay, this is just some siblings rivalry
So
or
it is
whatever,
that.
but still I don't know, there should be love at home. How would you be telling your sister? It is even hypocritical of you. You've not gotten your life in order, you are both staying with your parents, and according to the write-up, she even came to visit the family for a month. not that she's staying there, and then the brother is attacking her, telling her she's too old to be living with their parents. What kind of double standard is this?
Too old to be living with your parents, but if she died now, you say, she died so young. My sister, she should have come home. Or if somebody, if you're pursuing her from her father's house, so if something is not chasing her from outside, she cannot come home because you, the brother, you are the Lord Voldemort that is holding the key to the city. Is that not wickedness? The same house you guys were born in and raised, and now you're feeling like you're the sole custodian of that house. She should get police and arrest you because you don't have sense.
Get police, okay.
Arrest you because you don't have Singbain sense. Look at, you're not even.
No, me, I just think
I
just see them as siblings who hate themselves.
What is causing the hate?
There's no love that exists.
She get Lamborghini, you know, get. Because from where to where, it's just a guy that has grown to be misogynistic.
And the dumb person that said he's going to beat her and break her phone, like, can you just imagine the kind of things that were raising on in the name of
exactly my point. Imagine a man just coming out. It is even hypothetical. You are not in any way related to them. You don't know what happened. You don't know what caused the fight. You just decided that kind of mentality goes around poisoning other people's mind, because you feel like because she's a female, even if she's older or younger than you, you just beat her up.
And then some parents enable this bad behavior because from when they're young, you say, he's a boy. You don't talk to your brother like that. Meanwhile, your brother is insulting you. I say, because he's a boy. Even when the girl is the senior one, they'll say, he's a boy. You don't talk to a boy like that. He will grow thinking that every female is going to take that nonsense. Until he goes outside, they will show him the difference between color red and brown, because he clearly doesn't have sense. What do you mean you beat your sister because you are what? You are who? But she just trigger me this early morning. It's cold outside.
All right, guys, let's go on a quick break. Like Chidera will say, want to sip our coffee and come back to give you a better vibe. Stay with us.
Frequency riding with you. Rhythm 93.7 FM didn't just play music. We scored your moments. When you celebrated, we turned it up. When you stumbled, we lifted your spirit. When the nation held its breath, we stayed present, informing, connecting, caring. Across Lagos, Port Harcourt, Benin, Abuja, and every heartbeat in between. One rhythm, one sound, one family. And now, beyond borders, streaming across continents, connecting Nigerians in the diaspora and global listeners searching for the sound of home. We didn't just grow, we grew with you. Through weddings and wins, through heartbreaks and hustle, through late nights, early mornings, and everything in between. Because it was never just radio. It's lifestyle, it's culture, it's connection. More music, less noise, more feeling, more life. This isn't just a station. This is your rhythm. Rhythm FM, growing with you everywhere. From your very first day in secondary school, to campus dreams that kept you awake at night, to that first job interview that changed everything. From traffic on 3rd Mainland Bridge to quiet midnight thoughts under an open sky, there has always been one frequency riding with you. Rhythm 93.7 FM didn't just play music, we scored your moments. When you celebrated, we turned it up. When you stumbled, we lifted your spirit. When the nation held its breath, we stayed present, informing, connecting, caring. Across Lagos, Port Harcourt, Benin, Abuja, and every heartbeat in between. One rhythm, one sound, one family. And now, beyond borders, streaming across continents, connecting Nigerians in the diaspora and global listeners searching for the sound of home. We didn't just grow, we grew with you. Through weddings and wins, through heartbreaks and hustle, through late nights, early mornings, and everything in between. Because it was never just radio. It's lifestyle, it's culture, it's connection. More music, less noise, more feeling, more life. This isn't just a station. This is your rhythm. Rhythm FM, growing with you everywhere. From your very first day in secondary school to campus dreams that kept you awake at night, to that first job interview that changed everything, from traffic on 3rd Mainland Bridge to quiet midnight thoughts under an open sky, there has always been one frequency riding with you. Rhythm 93.7 FM didn't just play music, we scored your moments. When you celebrated, we turned it up. When you stumbled, we lifted your spirit. When the nation held its breath, we stayed present, informing, connecting, caring. Across Lagos, Port Harcourt, Benin, Abuja, and every heartbeat in between. One rhythm, one sound, one family. And now, beyond borders, streaming across continents, connecting Nigerians in the diaspora and global listeners searching for the sound of home. We didn't just grow, we grew with you. Through weddings and wins, through heartbreaks and hustle, through late nights, early mornings, and everything in between. Because it was never just radio. It's lifestyle, it's culture, it's connection. More music, less noise, more feeling, more life. This isn't just a station. This is your rhythm. Rhythm FM, growing with you everywhere. From your very first day in secondary school to campus dreams that kept you awake at night, to that first job interview that changed everything, from traffic on 3rd Mainland Bridge to quiet midnight thoughts under an open sky, there has always been one frequency riding with you. Rhythm 93.7 FM didn't just play music, we scored your moments. When you celebrated, we turned it up. When you stumbled, we lifted your spirit. When the nation held its breath, we stayed present, informing, connecting, caring. Across Lagos, Port Harcourt, Benin, Abuja, and every heartbeat in between. One rhythm, one sound, one family. And now, beyond borders, streaming across continents, connecting Nigerians in the diaspora and global listeners searching for the sound of home. We didn't just grow, we grew with you. Through weddings and wins, through heartbreaks and hustle, through late nights, early mornings, and everything in between. Because it was never just radio. It's lifestyle, it's culture, it's connection. More music, less noise, more feeling, more life. This isn't just a station. This is your rhythm. Rhythm FM, growing with you everywhere. From your very first day in secondary school to campus dreams that kept you awake at night, to that first job interview that changed everything, from traffic on 3rd Mainland Bridge to quiet midnight thoughts under an open sky, there has always been one frequency riding with you. Rhythm 93.7 FM didn't just play music, we scored your moments. When you celebrated, we turned it up. When you stumbled, we lifted your spirit. When the nation held its breath, we stayed present, informing, connecting, caring.
Welcome back, guys. You're still plugged into What's Hot on 93.7 FM. My name is Eniola Adekunle, and you're still on What's Hot with the girl is me, Chidera, and Ijoma. So, Chidera, moving on to the next conversation.
All right, so this next story is one that is almost impossible to process, right? So, a British woman allegedly traveled, in fact, not allegedly, she traveled to Florida from the United Kingdom after arranging online to fulfill a fantasy involving abuse, torture, and death. Now, the prosecutors are now saying that the man she met is awaiting trial for murder, and that's what the story is about. Authorities allege that the British woman traveled from the United Kingdom after an online communication with a Florida man. Investigators say that she had expressed a desire to die and had sought someone to carry out violent fantasies. The accused has been charged with kidnapping and first-degree murder and is awaiting trial. Prosecutors will still need to prove the charges in court. Now, this story is about 3 important issues: mental health, right, crime, and the limits to consent. But before we dive there, we will have some comments. I am tired of living in a world with retards. This one is a comment from Z on X. This one says, first in my bloodline to read a sentence like this. What the helly?
What the hell, auntie?
What the helly, man? Like, this is crazy. This one is Mark. Is this for real? From what I've been hearing for years about UK's government towards rape, torture, and murder, all she had to do was take a walk. So it was also said that the woman paid this Florida guy $4,000 so he could carry out her sexual fantasy, right? So this one is from Sam. What the hell is going on with these people? Your fantasy is getting sexually abused and killed by someone else. Now you put them in trouble. What the hell now? This SHIT is on another level, not gonna lie. Valid. Because when I even saw this, I'm like, how can I unread what I just read? Like, I just came across a sentence I never thought that I would read in my entire existence, right? You know, we hear people say, oh, I have a fetish for when somebody licks my feet, or I have a fetish for when someone does this or someone does that. You know, you would just be thinking that all of these are regular,
Stuff.
Until you hear the one that legit bust your head and you be the one to have to pick up the pieces from the ground and fix yourself back. Because what do you mean that you're paying a man $4,000 just to sexually abuse you, to sexually torture you, and then kill you after everything? Like, you could have just sped up the process and just taken your own life. Now the man has been thrown behind bars awaiting trial, and most likely he's not going to go scot-free. And this one is not, oh, he's going to be released on bail. This man's going to lose his life or spend the rest of his life in jail. I mean, that's him losing his life, because, like, what are you, you can't do anything outside the 4 walls of the prison yard.
R.I.P. to the dead. But I should go find the dead.
No, I'm not even going to say R.I.P. to her.
Why?
Does she deserve peace as she's resting like that?
No, the crazy thing is, just like you mentioned, this story borders on 3 things. Mental health, let's even talk about that. This lady is clearly not okay. She should have checked herself into an asylum or something.
A mad person never know that they are mad.
Yeah, that too. And then the man that was willing to commit such a crime, see, whether she gave consent or not, under the law, you have no right to take anybody's life, whether the other party consented. But then a dead person cannot speak for themselves to actually say, oh yes, I consented. So even if there was a video evidence, a recording of her saying, oh yes, so I want this man to kill me, or maybe something written, you still cannot exonerate the man, because under the law, he committed a crime, which is killing somebody. Now, let's talk about the woman that left her home soil to go to another place to get killed. What in the world is that fantasy that you want to be abused? The same abuse we are singing and shouting here every other day, that it is wrong, and then this is something someone is actually craving. Oh, girl, the matter long. Now, let's actually talk about the fact that people have series of crazy kinks and things they want to see manifest in their life, whether it makes sense or not. But then that means that we're actually living with a bunch of retards, because for this man to even agree that, oh yes, I can do these things and kill you, that means he himself is not normal, and he should not even be allowed to be moving freely in the society. Because if someone can pay him to do it, it might get into his head to, like, okay, oh, that means people actually like this thing, let me even go and try it out on somebody randomly out of free will, and this person did not even give you consent. So the limit to consent, I've seen some cases like this where a man said, oh, you suffocate me till I die, BDSM, and then the man died. The lady in question, the OnlyFans lady that he paid to give him this life kink, now has gone to jail. So please, if you know that he's doing you scoring in the head, you're imagining plenty things, voices are whispering in your ear, don't try to experiment it. Just check yourself into a mental asylum and have yourself checked out, so you do not become a nuisance to the society and a danger to every other person. Thank you.
Okay, I don't feel sorry for the man that is going to go to jail, because even if we are looking at the deceased woman as a crazy person, I don't know how she was able to, like, convince you, unless you are not mentally okay yourself, you should know that the law does not permit, even if you have the consent of the person, even if it is a written consent or a video consent, you still had no right to do that to that woman. So nobody's going to excuse that. But talking about the fantasy, you know, people, you never know what is wrong with people, honestly. That is one of the reasons I will never fight anyone on the road, because you don't know what they are dealing with. You don't know if they have nothing to lose and they just want to risk it. Because, okay, let me cite you a case now. This is Brendan Banfield, a 40-year-old former federal agent from Virginia, and was sentenced to life in prison in June 2026 for murdering his wife, Christine Banfield, by staging a complex BDSM plot to cover the crime. What did he do? They had a child rather, and they had a nanny. So he was already, you know, having an affair with the nanny, and because he wanted things to go to the next level. I don't know if divorce is a crime. If you want to be with another person, even though people are going to talk, you can always do that. But no, he decided to go on this extreme BDSM fetish kind of site, and he used his wife's, he did all of this using a computer. He registered an account using her name and picture, and started looking for men that were interested in, you know, beating up, assaulting, and sexual assault and the likes. And you know, he found a couple of men, and the condition he listed, a lot of them found it fishy, because it was like, oh, he doesn't want to meet. A lot of these men wanted to meet up in person first to okay, establish that, do you really want this? But he did not want, he just wanted someone he had never met on the website who is going to come to the house. He told them where there was going to be a key, or they could break in, come into the house and fulfill this. And even if she's screaming no or what the hell, he wants it to be as realistic as possible. And the man in question that accepted this request, he thought he was speaking with the woman. He thought he was actually talking to the woman, not knowing that this was her husband staging something. And this man went ahead to fulfill the whole thing. When he came, he broke into the house the day it was supposed to happen. This woman, I think she had a long shift the day before, and she was sleeping. The nanny, the husband, they left the house with the child, and you know, she was not the one that registered the account. So when this strange man that she has never seen coming into her bedroom, she was genuinely shocked and she was screaming. And as this man was about to, you know, what the hell is going on, the man thought she was acting out what she actually requested, not knowing that it was the husband. And this same devil of a husband, because he already knew the motion, the plan and everything, he came back to the house with a gun, and he shot the man and shot his wife. So his excuse to the law enforcement was that the man killed his wife, then he killed the man. But you know, if this type of thing happened in Nigeria, it might be able to get away with it, because you know that law enforcement, even if we don't even do the right investigation. But it was due to the fact that, you know, everything was looking fishy, and he tried so hard to cover his track. But
well, as
it was,
a former agent,
there was slip up, and the nanny also came forward to actually testify against them, and that was why they were able to. That was how they were able to get evidence. So if you heard about this now, you'd have thought the woman is crazy. You don't know, maybe it was something like that happened. You don't know if that was not the plan. But now that the dead woman cannot speak for herself, he has decided to lie and say, oh, this is what she wanted.
But then she left her home country.
No, she might have left her home country to hook up with him. She might have thought they were in a relationship or something. So we don't have the full story. The dead is already gone. She can't stand up to speak aside of the story.
My own is that some madness that I cannot give excuse for, and this one here is one of them.
Really? All right, let's move on to the next conversation, please.
Talking about madness, I don't know where to classify this madness. EFCC freezes Osun State government account 10 days before governorship elections. So, according to a blog on Instagram, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has frozen an Osun State government account domiciled with one of the banks just 10 days before the state governorship election. The account, which is reportedly used to pay workers' salary, was placed on post-no debit status, preventing withdrawals and other debit transactions. The development came hours after Governor Ademola Adeleke claimed the EFCC was planning to freeze the state's accounts and those of top government officials. In a statement issued through the Commissioner for Information and Public Enlightenment, Kolakbo Alimi, the governor described the move as an attempt to disrupt government activities ahead of the August 15th governorship elections. Adeleke also argued that EFCC has no legal authority to freeze the account of a state government. A source close to the governor confirmed that the account has been frozen and said Adeleke would address the public on the matter. As of the time of filing the report, the EFCC has not issued an official statement, and the reason for the account restriction remains unknown. Now, just like everything else, where do we draw the line to the limit of power? So according to the law, the governor is saying that EFCC do not have the rights to freeze this account. But then looking again, the account being freezed is not even a personal account, it's a state government account used to pay workers' salaries. So please, if workers are being owed right now, who are we going to hold accountable?
The state governor.
The state governor. That, okay, this account already exists for this purpose, and then some other outfits, security outfit comes and freezes this account. Why don't you people let the innocent workers out of your debacle and just do your job? Even if you have to freeze the account, at least from the moment you took over the account, you monitor what is going out and what is coming, and just freezing the account. And okay, people saying it's because the elections are coming and they are trying to frustrate the governorship elections. I don't know how true that is, but I'm going to take some comments. So Prank Hottie on Instagram says, they're doing everything they have to do to frustrate this good man. It is well. Ayofe XO says, if you like, make you lock the whole state. We are locked in for a delicate election in Osun State. And this one says, Tozin Adam says, the more we keep quiet, the more people will be oppressed. And Smart Jess Kelekbe says, because he said no rigging, he's asking a question. Okay, so these comments have some underlying tone to it that, okay, somebody's trying to frustrate somebody just because elections are around the corner. But I'm going to throw it to you girls. What do you have to say about this? What do you think about this whole situation?
Man, sometimes I don't understand the purpose of EFCC, to be honest, because it feels like they've lost the plot.
They're selective with their carrying out justice.
Yes, you understand, because this, when those are fighting corruption justify disrupting governance, because I mean the people, or especially the workers, will be the ones to bear the brunt of this. And when you're having all of this power also, why do you always have to involve the people? It is very, very obvious that they actually, I agree with what the comments are saying. They want to frustrate this man out of office. Should it be like that? I thought the election was supposed to be free and fair. When we now have, several or a certain party using the fact that they are very, very close and they are in power to frustrate other people, is it really governance at this point, or is just like you've turned it to a family drama or something?
Was the account frozen on some basis? Like, on what basis did they?
Okay, nothing really has been said, because EFCC has not said this is the reason why we are freezing this account. But then people are saying this account is used to pay salaries of government officials.
So maybe when the government officials start hating the man, maybe they're not going to vote.
10 days before election, I don't know what the game plan is.
To frustrate the efforts of the people who want to contest, I think.
So what is it going to gain? That's what I'm saying. The limits to power, because this is a security outfit. Even if you suspect that, okay, something is going on with this account, don't shut it down so that people will suffer because of it. This account used to pay workers' salary. Nothing concern them, concern whatever debacle you're having with the state government. This is a security outfit, and according to the governor, he said the EFCC have no power based on law to lock down a government account. But somehow they did it, because this is Nigeria and anything flies.
I mean, they only have the power if they suspect anything fraudulent. So if they conduct their investigation under like a particular duration of time, they can, like,
that's the problem. Was any investigation actually conducted?
Come and freeze your account on no basis like that. They must have gotten message or something. But again, I'm just smelling a rat here, and it's just revealing politics moves. And yeah,
that's what I'm seeing. It because 10 days before the elections, I don't know the game plan or how, whatever it is that's going on, but I hope they resolve it before the elections.
They're going to find it's just not fair using the people as pawns in all of this your political drama. But anyways, guys, we're going on a quick break, and I'll be back shortly to give you all the vibes.
Wake at night to that first job interview that changed everything. From traffic on 3rd Mainland Bridge to quiet midnight thoughts under an open sky, there has always been one frequency riding with you. Rhythm 93.7 FM didn't just play music, we scored your moments. When you celebrated, we turned it up. When you stumbled, we lifted your spirit. When the nation held its breath, we stayed present, informing, connecting, caring. Across Lagos, Port Harcourt, Benin, Abuja, and every heartbeat in between. One rhythm, one sound, one family. And now, beyond borders, streaming across continents, connecting Nigerians in the diaspora and global listeners searching for the sound of home. We didn't just grow, we grew with you. Through weddings and wins, through heartbreaks and hustle, through late nights, early mornings, and everything in between. Because it was never just radio. It's lifestyle, it's culture, it's connection. More music, less noise, more feeling, more life. This isn't just a station. This is your rhythm. Rhythm FM, growing with you everywhere. From your very first day in secondary school, to campus dreams that kept you awake at night, to that first job interview that changed everything. From traffic on 3rd Mainland Bridge to quiet midnight thoughts under an open sky, there has always been one frequency riding with you. Rhythm 93.7 FM didn't just play music, we scored your moments. When you celebrated, we turned it up. When you stumbled, we lifted your spirit. When the nation held its breath, we stayed present, informing, connecting, caring. Across Lagos, Port Harcourt, Benin, Abuja, and every heartbeat in between. One rhythm, one sound, one family. And now, beyond borders, streaming across continents, connecting Nigerians in the diaspora and global listeners searching for the sound of home. We didn't just grow, we grew with you. Through weddings and wins, through heartbreaks and hustle, through late nights, early mornings, and everything in between. Because it was never just radio. It's lifestyle, it's culture, it's connection. More music, less noise, more feeling, more life. This isn't just a station. This is your rhythm. Rhythm FM, growing with you everywhere. From your very first day in secondary school, to campus dreams that kept you awake at night, to that first job interview that changed everything. From traffic on 3rd Mainland Bridge to quiet midnight thoughts under an open sky, there has always been one frequency riding with you. Rhythm 93.7 FM didn't just play music, we scored your moments.
You're still plugged into What's Hot on Rhythm 93.7 FM. I'm Eniola Adekunle and I'm still in the studio with Ijoma Charles and Chidera Amakanya Dio. Ha ha ha. So let's move on to the next conversation. Nigerian Army has arrested 2 soldiers who acted as bouncers at content creator Pella and Jarvis's wedding. Okay, so they actually, got arrested because a lot of people were making certain comments on social media saying, soldiers, or especially private soldiers, are they supposed to be going around, acting as security personnel for private citizens? But I'm seeing comments where people are also arguing that their salary is so small, these are the kind of side hustles they do, yada, 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 and all that. But the fact that anything goes in Nigeria doesn't even let us see when we are looking at a very, very wrong thing. Because you're a soldier, right? You are supposed to be at your duty post or wherever you are stationed, but you are going around acting as a bouncer for private citizens, harassing other people, intimidating and all that, just for the citizens to feel like yes, they are on top of the world. So it is very good that the Nigerian military is actually taking this seriously. And I saw that they are not even the only ones there. There were a lot of soldiers there. So maybe they have a kind of new directive, because I saw that almost all the soldiers there were masked up. They didn't want people to see their faces. But the 2 ones that, felt like they were going to rough it, they went ahead to open their faces, are the one that got arrested. So what message is the Nigerian military sending? Is it that in as much you cover your face and we are unable to identify you, you can get away, you can go scot-free with doing this type of thing, or what?
Well, what I have to say is it's still wrong either way. for soldiers to be used by private citizens without proper permission from the army.
People are going foul.
Because yes,
So this okay.
they have to be documented.
Okay,
Should
document
anything
it.
happen. And now that you know that they are soldiers, the reason why they were used in that wedding is to instill fear. We saw what happened, how the Agboros were moving. They were moving mad. Even the uniform they were putting on, the military uniform, couldn't deter Agboros from doing what they did. Now imagine if there was none. But then the proper channels to actually get the permits to have these guys come and secure you at your events, that was still there, because you go carry any rank. I'm sure there are ranks that they use normally for this kind of security thing, and people are saying, oh, because they do not pay them very well, so they're looking for some extra cash. Yes, but then I saw a release, was it yesterday, that the president had approved 80% increase in their salaries for the junior staffs and 30% increase for the senior staff. I'm still going to verify that story. But even at that, that's still not an excuse for you to go and do Kelegbe work away from your official duties.
As they do not see money, Uncle.
You are
Do you know how
using
much
the
they would have
uniform.
gotten from that?
Yes, but okay, you saw how they treated
Still doesn't
some
make
people.
it right.
It's still not right.
It still doesn't make it right. See, let us even forget, okay, the fact that they had Agbero there, they had this miscreant and the likes there. What happened to actually hiring bouncers? Or there are some companies that deal with all the security details that they can give to you, and they will make sure that nobody trespasses at your event. Nigerian soldiers have bigger fishes to fry. We have not been able to tackle insecurity, so I should care about you going to act as a bouncer at Pella and Jarvis wedding. Is that what taxpayers' money is being used for?
Who told
They
you
still
that
did that
money
during
it has been
duty.
serving them well?
Well,
You
I
don't
don't
see
know.
when the other soldier came out and was complaining about how they are being treated as in terms of
Feeding.
remuneration and stuff. So you're not blaming them, just that they were not wise in them. Should be other guys covered their faces, they wore masks and did their stuff. It's not them that have 3 heads.
But does that make it right though?
It's right in my own opinion,
How is it right, Chidera?
because they are hustling.
Hustling with your uniform as how many times don't
Okay,
see
you know,
US soldier
I
they hustle?
feel like the another reason they had to appear in their uniform is because they probably wanted to instill fear, because they don't
That's
want
just
to.
the point.
They do not want to look like the regular bouncers who might have appeared in the black and white and stuff. So there's really especially in this part of this world where you see a soldier and it's almost like you should dobale for them. That kind of thing. So I just really feel like it was an intentional act to appear in the uniform, so there could be some sort of decorum or order.
But
and
then if
stuff.
you go and hire private security, there is a limit to the force that they can use at those events. They are not allowed to carry arms or even use it on people.
What are you doing with arms?
Because
inside that kind
did
of
you see
place?
those Agberos? They were literally looking like
That's why they are
zombies.
soldiers. They have been trained to kick somebody, to deal with you with just one hand. So
It doesn't make
What are
it
you doing
right
with arms?
that they are trained or that they are soldier doesn't mean they should now start exerting all of that
First
on
on civilians.
citizens. You
It's-
understand?
it's not-
All
it's
that
not right.
energy, all that intimidation.
imagine they were
use
not
it
there.
on bandits,
Imagine they were not there. Though, do you know the number
It
of
still didn't
guests
make
that
things
those
better in my
scouts would have
opinion. We
harassed?
still had people that the event was kind of hijacked, or maybe the venue, the entrance was kind of hijacked by this miscreant.
It was actually hijacked.
So
So you can imagine
what are
the
we
craze.
saying?
This Pella wedding, one wedding, plenty headlines. We don't suffer, we don't try.
All right, guys. Anyways, this is where we round up this edition of What's Hot for today. My name is Eniola Adekunle. Thank you very much for staying tuned with us. I hope you enjoyed our conversation, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Hi everybody, my name is Chidera Amakanya Diohahaha. I know you had a great feel of the conversation. See you next time.
And my name is Ijoma Charles. Catch you guys tomorrow. Bye.
When you celebrated, we turned it up. When you stumbled, we lifted your spirit. When the nation held its breath, we stayed present, informing, connecting, caring. Across Lagos, Port Harcourt, Benin, Abuja, and every heartbeat in between. One rhythm, one sound, one family. And now, beyond borders, streaming across continents, connecting Nigerians in the diaspora and global listeners searching for the sound of home. We didn't just grow, we grew with you. Through weddings and wins, through heartbreaks and hustle, through late nights, early mornings, and everything in between. Because it was never just radio. It's lifestyle, it's culture, it's connection. More music, less noise, more feeling, more life. This isn't just a station. This is your rhythm. Rhythm FM, growing with you everywhere. From your very first day in secondary school to campus dreams that kept you awake at night, to that first job interview that changed everything. From traffic on 3rd Mainland Bridge to quiet midnight thoughts under an open sky, there has always been one frequency riding with you. Rhythm 93.7 FM didn't just play music, we scored your moments. When you celebrated, we turned it up. When you stumbled, we lifted